would pay to watch a full brass band or full big band perform that entire repertoire right there. So I have played a bit of Team Fortress 2 with my daughter. She's better than me. But that was years ago, and we were kind of being talkative and noisy while we were playing. So I didn't really get to hear the music that much. So this might as well be a blind music reaction. So let's go. Team Fortress 2. You requested it, now you're getting it. This is the main theme. Oh, wow. Okay. This is definitely giving me old school James Bond vibes, maybe a little bit of 70s Mission Impossible or Charlie's Angels. Definitely in that era, the 70s era of spy films, of spy shows. Oh, man. How nostalgic this is. Dun 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 dun. Wow, epic. You know why that gives me a lot of spy vibes? Definitely because of the use of the brass section, that very nasal sounding brass section, and that twangy guitar, that twangy lead guitar. The drum mixing is a little bit lo-fi, and that was how drum tracks were recorded back in the 70s. If you compare rock or pop recordings from the 70s until today, you're gonna notice that the drums have this certain lo-fi, almost 16-bit quality. And I guess that's just because of the technology's limitation of that day. They couldn't quite capture the entire frequency range of the drums at that time. But at the same time, that quality is kind of what gives 70s music their own kind of characteristic. So yeah, I'm into it. Oh my God, I love it. Everyone's been shouting this on the comments. Medic! Medic! All right.
Medic!
Medic. What is that genre? Marching band and that angelic choir? Wow, what a mix! Here it is again, old school spy music vibes with that twangy guitar, twangy lead slash rhythm guitar. I like that it is both a lead guitar because of the single lines, but it is also doing repeating patterns or ostinato, which also makes it the rhythm guitar. And of course, those very playful brasses in the background, especially that one trumpet soloist who's just having fun with the high notes, making it neigh like a horse, pretty much. Kind of weird comparison, but it reminds me of the theme music of that TV show, The Monsters. By the way, just to let you know, playing brass instruments, especially the trumpet, with a pitch that high takes a ton of skill and mastery. So yeah, these are pros. Okay, I really dig the mixture of that spy funk. I'm gonna call it spy funk. Plus we have the breathy, the angelic choir. I like the analogy of this because first and foremost, Team Fortress 2 is a spy-themed, high-octane shooter game. But also at the same time, this is the medics theme. And most of the time, when somebody is shown being healed or when they wake up in a hospital from an injury and they're suddenly healed, I'm better now. I feel better now. A musical trope you would hear is like sopranos in the background. The medic healed you, so you are now better. Ah! Wow, okay, that is a great evolution. Even from the very beginning of the music all the way until almost at the very end, the music stayed in the minor key, minor funk, spy funk. And most of the time, the minor key is associated with something that's more serious or dramatic or sad. But the music chose to end at the major key. You know, a major chord is usually associated with a happier sound, a more victorious sound. In this case, probably it is because at the end of the road, you've overcome your injury. You're now healed. You're now better. So hooray! By the way, I'm always on the lookout for new video game music suggestions, so put them in the comments. All right, Rocket Jump Waltz. Let's see why a lot of you have been screaming in the comments for me to react to a 40-second song. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, wow. First off, I'd like to note that the title Rocket Jump Waltz is probably more for the imagery of the mood, because sometimes a waltz can be associated with something that is a little bit more classy, a little bit more personal, because a waltz is a dance. However, this music is not a waltz, because a waltz is supposed to be in 3/4 meter, 1 2 3 1 2 3. But this piece is actually in 4/4 meter, and it's actually doing a habanera or a tango rhythm. Dun 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 dun. 1 2 3 4 dun 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 dun. So I guess it was called Rocket Jump Waltz more for the imagery or the vibe, but not the actual execution of the music. Aside from that, it is a beautiful piece of short music, and I really appreciate that they featured the clarinet as a solo melodic instrument, because there's not much video game music that features a solo clarinet. The music is really giving me a lot of Astor Piazzolla vibes. Astor Piazzolla is one of the most renowned tango composers. And even this instrumentation, brass instruments, woodwinds, and clarinet solo, this sound palette pretty much evokes that kind of instrumentation that Astor Piazzolla is known for. And it's very beautiful. I'm a big fan of that kind of music, so I appreciate it appearing in video game music. Video game composers, myself included, I guess, we want more of this. Let's make more of this. Robots. Okay. Wow, this is very dramatic, very modern classical, very atonal. It won't feel out of place in an academic discussion of atonal music that concerns Olivier Messiaen, Schoenberg, or even Stravinsky, for a more popular example. Wow! Yes, I love that transition. So it started with a very neoclassical atonal. By the way, when I say atonal music is usually associated with the types of music that has no tonal center, very, for the lack of a better term, chaotic sounding or very unstable. Tonal music is traditional music like pop music where you have a traditional chord progression, like for example, C major key, you have the C major key and then it plays F and then G. And then when it ends, it goes back to its home key, its tonal center, which is the C major chord. That is an example of traditional tonal music. But atonal music, they make it sound like that it has no tonal center, thus giving you a feeling of uncertainty, instability, and it's by intention. Oh wow, this section right here, it's getting me nostalgic for a little bit of Danny Elfman's music in Men in Black. Let's go, saxophone solo. Okay, I can now understand why it's titled Robot. Very serious. Oh, wow. The use of that theremin sounding synth, it's very much like an homage to 1960s sci-fi soundtracks like Planet Number 9 or, you know, all those old school UFO flying saucer black and white films. And their soundtracks is usually filled with those old school synths and a theremin, anything that makes it sound like sci-fi in that time. Oh my God. This is like a love letter to that musical era. Wow! I don't think I've ever heard a combination of theremin and brass melody. Oh my God, probably my first time hearing this exact arrangement style right here. There is a theremin-like synth, which is like a staple for old school sci-fi scores. And kind of, there's a reason for that. It sounds like a creepy screaming or singing. It's being doubled in unison. Unison meaning they're playing the same exact melodic line by the brass instruments, enforcing that atmosphere. It's surreal. I love it. Woo, woo, woo. Woo. I would pay to watch a full brass band or full big band perform that entire repertoire right there. All those songs that we listen to definitely evoke 1970s spy film, sci-fi film genre. Oh wow, they really intentionally honed in on that style. This is kind of a very unique take within video game music. I don't hear this kind of style, this combination, as much as I would want to. I'm pretty sure there are other combinations like this. Let me know in the comments if you know of other video game soundtracks that have a similar sound, instrumentation, or vibe to the Team Fortress 2 soundtrack. I would love to know because I want more of this type of music. Yeah, give it all. And that's a wrap for this video. If you want more of my content, click here.